normally, following the predetermined path very closely. An excellent launch so far. All the scientists, nevertheless, are closely watching all the parameters of the vehicle.
हमारे संगठन के अध्यक्ष महोदय उड़ान पर नजर रखे हुए हैं.
You can see the chairman, Indian Space Research Organization, Dr. Madhavan Nair, and other senior colleagues closely watching the performance of the vehicle.
उड़ान के 515 सेकंड पूरे हुए और PS3 स्टेज सेपरेट हो गई है.
The third stage has been separated at 514 seconds, precisely as expected. Vehicle performance very normal. As you can see, at 535 seconds, vehicle has attained. Now the fourth stage ignition also has taken place. The final stage, final fourth stage, which will take the vehicle into the desired orbit, has ignited at 535.8 seconds as planned.
इस रॉकेट के अंतिम चरण PS4 का इग्निशन हो चुका है 535 सेकंड बाद उड़ान के शुरू होने से, और ये PS4 करीब 500 सेकंड से ज्यादा काम करेगा.
परफॉर्मेंस नॉर्मल.
We can see from the information that has come from the systems that the performance of the fourth stage is also normal, and we expect very normal performance from now onwards. The vehicle has started nicely and giving the thrust as planned.
हमारे केंद्र के बहुत ही वरिष्ठ वैज्ञानिक अध्यक्ष महोदय डॉक्टर जी माधवन नायर इस उड़ान की सभी गतिविधियों पर नजर रखे हुए हैं.
You are seeing here the large number of separation and ignition events. The separation events are very critical events in any launch vehicle mission, and the spent stages of the multi-stage launch vehicle have to be separated from the main vehicle once their intended purpose is completed, and the separation should be smooth and collision free under all possible circumstances. So we consider separation events of mission critical, and utmost importance is given in designing robust and clean separation processes. That's why when each time a successful separation is there are
velocity and altitude increases close to normal
center, and the scientists and the spectators applaud the successful separation.
इस समय उड़ान के 656 सेकंड पूरे हुए. रॉकेट की गति 7.68 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड है और इस समय 193 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर है. ये जो चौथा चरण है इसका पूरा ज्वलन काल 515 सेकंड है.
The fourth stage you can see on the platform steadily increasing the velocity and gaining the altitude, and this is the ground trace steadily keeping on the course of its azimuth travel, and everything is in good control. Talking about the separation systems, I want to tell you that in this mission there are 9 separation events in total. First is the ground lift strap-on separation, and they are separated nicely as you have seen. Then the air lift strap-on are separated, and then the first stage is separated at around 58 kilometers, and then after ignition of the PS2 stage, nicely the 4 unleashed motors will be separated, and later the payload fairings are separated after reaching an altitude of around 116 kilometers, and the second stage is separated at 260 seconds at approximately an altitude of 134 kilometers, and the PS3 stage is separated around an altitude of around 167 kilometers. These are all the separations that have already taken place nicely, and the fourth stage ignition is going on, and all the spectators are closely following the progress of the vehicle from the intended things. And this is a visitors gallery with all the senior colleagues and visitors. Senior visitors are here closely seeing the performance.
इस समय उड़ान को 770 सेकंड पूरे हुए हैं. PS4 जो चरण है इसका इसका ज्वलन काल 5 से 15 सेकंड है और ये उड़ान के 1049 सेकंड बाद पूर्ण होगा। जिस समय इसका ज्वलन काल पूरा होगा उस समय रॉकेट की ऊंचाई 437 किलोमीटर होगी तथा इसकी गति 9.72 किलोमीटर होगी। अभी आपने देखा कि इस रॉकेट के जिन जिन चरणों ने काम कर लिया था उनका सेपरेशन हुआ। मुख्य सेपरेशन अभी तक जो थे वो फर्स्ट स्टेज, सेकंड स्टेज, थर्ड स्टेज पूरा हो चुका है। अब चौथा चरण इस समय अपने कार्य में जुटा हुआ है।
The next major event will be the cutoff of the fourth stage after the required orbit and the required velocity increments are achieved, and then the Chandrayaan spacecraft itself will be separated at around 1090 seconds after liftoff, and at this point of time the altitude reached would be more than 500 kilometers. At this moment the altitude is 244 kilometers.
That's 14 minutes.
And the final separation event, however, will come after several days later, and that will be the exciting separation of the moon impact probe from the Chandrayaan after it is in the lunar orbit.
So, as you can hear, the word coming out from the ISRO is that things are on course, and it was a perfect launch, is what the news is coming in from the ISRO. All right, let's go across once again to our guest, Professor C. Shivaram, Chairman of the Theoretical Physics Group of the Indian Institute of Astrophysics. He's there in Bangalore. Sir, a perfect launch is what we're being told, and things seem to be going absolutely on course.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. You know, it's indeed a perfect launch, and it's going on schedule. So now it's just going to be injected into orbit in a few minutes. So that will be the most important stage. It's really wonderful.
Right, indeed, wonderful moment indeed. But sir, give us a sense. Of course, you were saying a little while back that the major apprehension would be to have a perfect liftoff. That's something that has happened. Now, really, the focus shifts on, as you said, injecting it into the orbit. And again, of course, following the 2 years that the vehicle is going to stay in orbit, and of course all the experiments that will follow.
Yeah. Okay, the crucial thing is to launch it into lunar orbit, because we have had a lot of experience in having these communication satellites. First it will be an elliptical orbit now, 240 kilometers and 24,000 kilometers. Then it will be raised steadily, and it will go up to, in stages it will go up to the lunar orbit. And again there it won't settle down into the 100-kilometer orbit. It will first follow an elliptical orbit there, then be brought down to 200 kilometers, and then finally 200 kilometers. So around November 5th it will probably be in orbit around the moon, stable orbit around the moon. Yeah.
Right, about 2 weeks is what.
So there are few more crucial stages are there.
All right, Professor Shivaram, also give us a sense of some of the payloads, some of the instruments, scientific instruments that are that are on board that vehicle. One of them very important, as you were saying, the moon impact probe, which will actually get detached and survey and give us a sense of and actually map and give us a sense of water, minerals, and perhaps even helium, something which is looked at in a very important way.
Helium-3,
Helium-3.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir, do continue. Helium-3 would be... Professor Shivaram, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes,
so you want an account of the various experiments.
That's correct. Yeah,
a sense of, the idea is... The thing is, once it's in the lunar orbit, the thing is, it will be there for 2 years, and it will make a close study of the moon. And, we have the topographic mapping camera, which will map at close quarters with both a high spatial and altitude resolution, of all the features, topographic features on the moon, and it will add to the existing knowledge, vast existing knowledge, because 2 years is not a short time, and it will be observing the moon continuously, and also it has got instruments to observe the moon on all the wavelengths, including X-rays. For example, we have got the high energy, X-ray device. It will detect some of the, it will sort out the mineral composition of the moon, and then we have the...
All right, Professor Shivaram, we will come back to you, but I'm sorry to have interrupted, but we are being told that the final separation is just about to happen.
And we see that the orbit achieved is around 256 kilometers and 22,866 kilometers apogee. This is a perfect orbit, that's the intended orbit, and the preliminary analysis shows that it is we have achieved that intended orbit. The final precise
हमें इंतजार है चंद्रयान के अलग होने का रॉकेट से।